We did it, everybody. We hit my goal of 100 subscribers. Yes, I know it's a very little goal, but we hit it. I'm excited. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that is subscribed and to everyone that watches my videos. So if you do watch the videos and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. So again, thank you, everyone. I'm super excited. It couldn't come at a better time. The U.S. Qualifies for the World Cup. We hit 100 subscribers. What could be better, you know? Disappointing last night, but it is what it is. This video would have came out earlier today also, but there was an internet outage in my area this morning, so I could not make the video or anything, so now I'm making it here and now. So again, thank you, and let's just go ahead and jump right into the Concacaf review of the whole March window. Jeez, I couldn't think about what I was doing. I'm super excited that we hit 100 subscribers. So here we got on the screen the 4 that have qualified. Well, kind of qualified. 3 of them have qualified completely, and then you have Costa Rica that has a chance to qualify. So we go back to March 24th, and our first game is Costa Rica versus Canada. I did think that this game was going to be a 1-1 draw, but Costa Rica proved me wrong and won the game over Canada 1-0. I really don't think that Canada put too much into this window because they knew that they were going to qualify. So why not I guess they didn't do very well. They lost 2 games in this window, which I kind of just ruined that, but everyone should know that by now. But Borges gets a goal in the 45th minute. I think I did review these in a couple videos ago, but Kay got a red card in the 34th minute. That's what caused issues with Canada pretty much losing this game because they were down a man pretty much the whole game. Now we move on to Jamaica versus El Salvador. I thought this game was going to be a 1-0 win for Jamaica. It actually ended up being a 1-1 draw, which was very surprising to me because I think Jamaica is such a better team than what they have shown us. They really are. So moving on, we'll just continue to move on here because we've already reviewed these games. So if you go back, I kind of go back a couple of videos. I kind of reviewed them, but I did not go over like my results. So that's what this video is more about. So next up we had Mexico versus the U.S. I don't know why I thought that there would be a lot of goals in this game, but I did, and I thought it was going to be a 2-1 win for Mexico. But the U.S. come in and get a draw, and it was a 0-0 draw. I thought for sure that there would be a goal. The U.S. should have won this game. They had 2 very, very easy chances and kind of blew it between Pifok and even Pulisic. Pulisic had a very easy goal that he could have got, but it is what it is. We got the result. That's all that matters. To get a draw in Azteca, you can't be upset with that. And so that leads us into the last game for the first match day of March, and that's Panama versus Honduras. And I thought that Panama would win this game 2-0, and it actually ended up being a 1-1 draw. Panama kind of crapped the bed during this window. And lost. I mean, they came into this window in 4th place. All they had to do is get a couple of results, and they were in. And it didn't happen for them, unfortunately. So we move on to the next match day, which was on Sunday the 27th. First off, we have Canada versus Jamaica, and I was thinking that Canada would win this game pretty easily, 2-0. Well, they ended up winning it 4-0. Laren, Buchanan, Hollett, and then Marapa from Jamaica with an own goal in the 88th minute. Like I said, I think I went over this game. I did go over this game in a video, so if you can go back, watch those if you want a more in-depth review. I will have more of an in-depth review kind of for the March 30th games. Probably not. I probably will just touch a little bit on them because we already knew that Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. were automatic qualifiers, and it was kind of up to Panama and Costa Rica, but Panama blew their shot against the U.S. That we're getting ready to talk about here in a minute. So next up, we have El Salvador and Costa Rica. I thought that El Salvador was going to draw with Costa Rica on this, with them being at home. But I was wrong. Costa Rica comes out with a 2-1 win over El Salvador, and that pretty much solidified their 4th spot. And then with the U.S. here, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Next up, we have Honduras and Mexico. Thought Mexico would win this 2-0, and actually Mexico only won 1-0 with a late goal. It was like in the 78th minute, I believe, or the 77th. No, in the 70th. Alvarez with it was actually a pretty nice header. And then we go into the U.S., and I thought that the U.S. would win their game against Panama 3-1, but instead we won 5-1, which really sealed the deal for them to qualify, even though they weren't qualified at that point in time, because there was a scenario where if Costa Rica would have beat us by 5 or 6 or something like that, they would have jumped us, and we would have had to been in the 4th spot for the play-in. So 5-1 over Panama, knocked Panama out completely out of the race. So then we move on to the last match day, which was yesterday, the 30th. And we start with the U.S. and Costa Rica. I thought the U.S. was going to go down there and get at least a draw. Boy, was I wrong. We ended up losing 2-0. Vargas with a 51-minute goal, and then Contreras, I think that's how you say it, scores in the 59th minute. From the highlights and stuff, it looked like the U.S. just didn't really... They were just playing enough to not lose by 5 or 6 goals, which is kind of BS in my opinion. It's kind of a letdown. Also, I will say Zach Steffen, and this is probably an unpopular opinion, and tell me down below if you are a U.S. fan. Tell me if you agree with me in the comments. But Zach Steffen is not that great of a goalkeeper in my eyes. The first goal that was let in, that was a very simple goal that he could have saved. I mean, Naves blew him out of the water. I mean, the saves that he made in this game were really nice. They were really good saves. And Steffen just lets in this easy, header. I don't think Steffen's all that great. I would rather have I know that Matt Turner was injured, but if they're both healthy, I would pick Matt Turner over Zach Steffen every single time. Zach Steffen's good in a sense, but man, some of these saves that he missed or has made, he's just sloppy. I even thought he was pretty sloppy in the Panama game, so I don't know if something's going on there, if he's still injured a little bit and just not as mobile, but I would definitely take Matt Turner over Steffen. And at this point, I know that we have some games coming up that's not related to the World Cup. I would like to see more of Ethan Horvath. I think that with him getting consistent minutes now at Nottingham Forest, I think that he might be a good fit to throw in there to have those 3 in rotation and make it even more of a competition. So enough about the U.S. I could go on and on. I should just make a video of the U.S. But I guess that's not really what I do. But I should, because that's who I really like. But anyway, moving on. Next up was Jamaica and Honduras. I thought that this game would be a 2-1 win for Jamaica, and I was right. Bailey scored a penalty in the 39th minute, and Morrison scored in the 45th minute, and Tejeda, maybe is how you say it, for Honduras. I'm sorry, I butchered that. In the 18th minute. Scores the only goal for Honduras. Then we move on to Mexico versus El Salvador. I thought Mexico would win this game 2-0, and I nailed that one right on the head. Atuna and Jimenez score for Mexico. Atuna in the 17th, Jimenez in the 43rd with a penalty. And then the last game of the qualifying was Panama versus Canada. I thought Canada was going to win this game 2-1. Actually, Panama shows up. Torres gets a goal in the 49th minute, and they beat Canada. So that left Canada with only 28 points. So with that being said, here is what I predicted at the beginning of this in the prediction video. I predicted Canada end up with 32, Mexico to end up with 30, the U.S. with 25, and I thought that Panama was going to end up with 20 to get that fourth spot. But man, I was really wrong. I was really wrong with that last spot. So I nailed USA down with the 25, and then Costa Rica comes out of nowhere and gets multiple results in this window, and they sneak in that fourth spot with 25 points. Also, I kind of like their new logo. I actually like Mexico's logo too. It's a pretty nice logo. But yeah, so is Costa Rica's. So that is it. I'm excited for the World Cup. I cannot wait for it. I will definitely be covering it as much as I can on here. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And again, if you watch multiple of my videos, you might as well hit the subscribe button. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.